Should we ever cross paths again, I'd love for you to visit the Express.
All right. I'll have to add to that data bank of yours you've got on the Express.
And Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy. As long as the Astral Express and Stellaron Hunter's objectives are aligned, we're willing to cooperate with you.
We've already come this far together. I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony.
This is also the spirit of the Trailblaze. Now, everyone, let's prepare to move out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scorched Sand Hall. This is where challengers thrive and dream. If you have ambition, dream.
Oh, wow! They've really outdone themselves!
Behold, here come 4 friends with spirit eyes and full of Yes, you.
Excuse me!
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you in overcoming all of the challenges?
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview with us? It'll be quick.
Your journey is long and...
My sword is rose!
A knight's head is hardest.
People are pouring in. Kind of...
Ladies and gentlemen, please make... Coming towards us now is one of Penacony's top 10 wealthy tycoons. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the director of Solga.
Hello, everybody.
Don't can't hide it anyways. Penacony. Hello, everyone. I'm March 7th. Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Time is precious. My 4 friends, come with me. Grab a bottle of Soul Glass and make your dreams a blast.
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This venue is a miniature representation of that time known as the era filled with boundless possibilities. Grab a bottle. Nameless. Once, during a the dream chasing, I wholehearted.
Hello, everyone! Next up, get ready for the Mega March 7th adventure, where I'm going to break the speedrun world record!
Trailblazing into the uncharted and challenging the limits. That's Miss March 7th for you. How about Miss Firefly?
I hope that by the end of this journey, everyone will have achieved the outcome that they hope for.
Ah, a wonderful wish! Miss Himiko, what are you expecting from your team?
Safety first, everyone.
Simple words, but full of warmth. Waiting for you are 3 stages, each connected to that era. The first 2 stages offer 2 distinct paths to choose from, with unique challenges on each route. And in the last stage, you will face off against a champion who has defended the title to this very day. A beloved contender whose noble virtue, those are the rules.
Everyone, as the Charmony Festival is drawing closer, we must reach the end as quickly as possible. Factoring in efficiency and safety, splitting up into 2 groups is the best choice. March and I haven't known Miss Firefly for too long and aren't overly familiar with her. It'd probably be better if the 2 of you paired up.
Fine by me.
All right. I don't know.
We'll split into the assigned groups then. Let's not waste time.
Welcome to the in the school now.
For those who dare to dream, welcome to the school...
Competitors, allow me to introduce the rules of this challenge to you. There are 3 stages up ahead. On each, your task is to bring those moments to life. Find the right words, and also...
You two! Envision that you're driving and now, Miss...
No, that's not right. You're trying to express disappointment. Do you usually express disappointment this way?
Very good! Now, though you're disappointed, your screen partner is...
This is great! I love living on the
Suddenly, sweet rain fall. Now, Miss Greyhair, what line will... But at this moment, your partner yet gazes into the sky, both...
Perhaps we were never meant to succeed.
Fantastic! Up next, you'll be challenged with a body language
I hope these tests won't take too long.
Here, you two are required to skillfully picking up from where we left off. At this moment, what should you...
The test now is about body language. I don't think dialogue is allowed here. What?
Right answer! Your companion sees you rolling about in the sand, and
I'm...
a tug at the heartstring! You have no choice. Fantastic! Of course! However,
Welcome to the two companions many years later. Against the back. Give it a shot. Your performance is far. I never imagined that such a sad scene could be portrayed.
Huh? But we have
Brilliant! Beautiful!
We have passed the test. We ought to hurry up.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Congrats to both. Look at the time.
That red hair can...
You'll find out if you have the option to... Now? Dear friends, well, it's said that the watchmaker dreamed like a skilled contestants may...
The trial of time.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Am I just a failed experiment?
that statue. Did it just speak?
I'm just an Hey! So you guys are just like... See? Tick-tock! It's time...
Clocky?
In Dreamville, Clocky is everywhere and can do anything! Like, right now! This must be one of the missing parts that Big Tinker needs! That's great!
Stream.
We're here! There's a missing part on the opposite side! But how do we get over there?
There's also a dream side left here by a Dreamweaver. We're running out of time. We'll have to use it if necessary.
Tick-tock! Do I hear...
Tweet! Help! Tweet! Is anyone there?
Oh, dear! It's an origami bird!
Is that...
A roasted bird!
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Ill tidings manifest.
Blade of moonlight. On the still waters of oblivion.
Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
In lunar flame.
Ill fate descends.
Destined for oblivion.
What's in your prescription?
You can't kill me. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Another blood debt repaid.
Because... An inner self fragment belonging to the Sweet Dreams troupe? This is just too surreal.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
We've gathered all the missing parts. Let's hurry back. We don't want to keep Big Ticker waiting.
What's going on in here? Your inner self is a mess!
I'm not qualified to be the real Clocky.
No! This is unacceptable! Ta-da! Son?
Thank you. No problem. My go forth.
It's all done! Victory's in sight! Let's head to the final stage. A little something for everyone!
Make a wish.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Congratulations in the finals. Welcome to the 30th.
The moon shines on the truth. No way. I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Are you a knight of beauty?
Bear witness to
Soon to be departed. Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
rise to the challenge.
Destiny isn't chosen. Ill tidings manifest.
Pledge thine loyalty.
Familiar.
Put forth all your might.
Tedious. All will be revealed. In lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Rise to the challenge.
Free will, or was it fate? Still waters of oblivion.
The flesh wound.
What do you want to know?
Rise.
Memories beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Confess.
Ready for death? Another journey begins. Destined
Rise
for
to the
oblivion.
challenge. Behold, this symbol of pure.
Don't worry.
Destiny
it's just a
isn't
script.
chosen.
Rise to the challenge.
Free will, or was it fate?
Let the duel commence.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Pledge thine loyalty.
Unworthy. Blade of moonlight.
Bear witness.
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
You are fighting a gentleman.
What do you want to know? Ill tidings manifest.
Another journey begins.
Rise, confess.
Help me!
Put forth all your might.
What's in your prescription?
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
Need a doctor?
How familiar.
Memories are beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Rise to the challenge. Put forth all your might.
Nowhere to run.
Rise to the challenge. Behold, this symbol of pure. You are fighting a gentleman.
Still waters of oblivion.
Ill fate descends.
Pledge thine loyalty. Put forth all your might.
What's in your prescription?
Don't worry, it's just a scrape. All will be revealed in lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Let me tend your wounds.
Destined for oblivion.
We don't have much time. May fate allow. In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. A little something for everyone.
Make a wish.
The moon shines on the truth.
Congratulations to the Galactic Baseballer and Firefly on becoming this Scorched Sand Festival's champions! We look forward to their amazing entrance in the Charmony Festival!
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year's Charmony Festival. I, on behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you, wishing you joy under their radiance. Your endeavors are worthy of extra recognition, and I've taken steps to ensure that. However, this reward is not a material one, but rather the opportunity for an open and honest communication between us. As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony and its Stellaron, and have come to a consensus. Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request.
Just as expected.
We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by chaos, disorder, or anarchy. Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent, common folk living precarious lives, eking out a dreary existence. Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, which Penacony would you prefer? A dystopia for the survival of the fittest, or a sweet dream paradise for all?
And future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that meeting. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Miss Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details of that meeting. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action. The only path to take.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmony Festival that I have bequeathed to the masses as a tool to realize their ambition?
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of Penacony. And then everyone in their dreams will be unable to awaken.
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. If someone were to use the Charmony Festival to recklessly disseminate the power of the Stellaron, this individual must hold a position of great authority. Do you have any suspects?
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of the Stellaron's existence?
I would have never thought that this Nameless would point the spear at me.
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry. We're doing this out of concern for the Dreamscape's safety. So, if you could, please alleviate our concerns.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious, I will return to the stage to offer tribute in song, just per the arrangement.
Sunday, Robin. I've watched you two grow up, and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. Both of you, right now, can surely be lauded as their most devout advocates. I already know your resolve. The magnitude of this matter is enormous and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked with such earnestness, I will personally respond in kind. If there is a need, the entire Oak family will be mobilized to heed your call. Someday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me, and question me in their stead, so that no lies may be concealed?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth, and to proclaim my innocence, so that all slander may be utterly dispelled?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out.
Oh, triple-faced soul. Please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that...
Let us begin.
Understood. Question. Have you devoted your life to your god, never worshipping other gods?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god, betraying their name?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god, coveting more than the foundation of the creation itself?
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows, may I be cursed in accordance with divine law.
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith.
Just a moment.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called the god you both mentioned. Are they truly Shipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. All duplicity is laid bare before the harmony. Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize?
Perfectly harmonize. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself. In the distant past, there existed an Eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this Eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, it was transformed into the hymn of harmony. Though an Eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger. In the all-forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may subtly arise.
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment, especially when you find yourself alone and without allies.
So this is how it is.
For the sake of our grand cause someday, please afford these two an opportunity to rest.
What?
sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this. It's a pit.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing?
We were never children of the Harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Xipe. True bliss can only be guaranteed within the foundation of law, humanity, and through harmony, we obtain order.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Penacony.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't reached that point yet. Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed. Oh, I intend to. But that hinges on the outcome of this negotiation.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape, least of all in the beautiful new world belonging to the Order. Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against the weak, and the victors push the vanquished to the brink of life. Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden. Only we, or rather, I, possess the power to put an end to this farce.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I've always firmly believed that people can understand one another through peaceful means. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Penacony, and for this stretch of the universe. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged is because your consciousness has drawn on similar...
That means...
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. From this point on, you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments, you'll be able to better understand my thoughts. Let's begin. The first decision. A story about a baby bird. This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony, saw that we siblings had no one to turn to and took us in. Later on, Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were... That baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and it couldn't sing. When we found it, It was already on its last breath, having fallen into a shrub, probably abandoned by its parents. We decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, thinking back, that winter was unusually cold. With fierce wind, it was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. So, I suggested we take it inside, place it on the shelf by the window, and asked the adults to fashion a cage for it. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. The tragic part, something that we'd never considered, was that this bird's fate had already been determined long before this moment. Its destiny was determined by our momentary whim. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Faced with this situation, what choice would you make? Stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell. Or build a cage for it, and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within. I eagerly await your answer. Interesting. Since you've made up your mind, allow me. From what I've observed, there are at least 3 predators in that yard that prey on small birds. The Vosicle scorpion, Asdana wolverine, and the Huntington winged snake. Even if they shy away from humans, these animals are still near apex predators in a fenced location like a yard. In such a location, only one fate awaits that little Charmony dove. A painful death. As for the choice you made, I am deeply sorry. Now, this story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive. It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the dreamscape. Joy. He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life, except that, to most people, the price he paid. He told me, I sold everything I could at home. The house, the land, even his 2 children. He said he could not afford to raise them, and that at least they could eat if they lived as slaves. He had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's beautiful dream with them. Alas, his plan to smuggle himself was somewhat clumsy, and he was sniffed out by those pig-headed hounds. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, at least he could live peacefully. But I was still too naive to the ways of the world. I did not anticipate that what I thought was a kind gesture would later lead to dire consequences. I'll tell you the outcome soon. Will you do as I did and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels until his inevitable judgment arrives? I look forward to everyone's decisions. Who knows? It seems you, like me, are pondering whether a different choice could have led to a better outcome. Sadly, say he never gets caught. he would only die from delirium. The methods with which illegal stowaways enter dreams are unorthodox, not flawless like the hotels. Living in the dreamscape would be a mere pipe dream. Should he be apprehended? Could the hounds afford to turn a blind eye? The answer is a definitive no. They couldn't bear the resulting consequences, and thus wouldn't dare extend a helping hand. As to your choice, I once again offer my heartfelt apologies. And the story this time... This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, Mr. Gopherwood was the current Dream Master. What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read it. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand me a letter from my sister?
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue.
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct?
Correct. Has she mentioned anything?
A stray bullet.
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. To spread the word of the Harmony. And she hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's medical supplies. Unfortunately, stray bullets show no such compassion.
Is she all right?
If the operation was successful, she should probably be recovering in the field hospital. By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony. It didn't hit any vital arteries. Once you've attended to your outstanding tasks, it'd be advisable to write her back as soon as possible.
Those damned savages!
I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for... Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
How could this happen?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will understand the Harmony's limitations and predicament. As grandiose as the strong defending the weak sounds, many times, it is nothing more than wishful thinking. Likewise, I've prepared one last question, one last choice. But rest assured, this choice will not have any grit, because this is merely a figment of imagination. A night. Would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony? I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the Harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order where the strong govern the weak. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain, because this is not what happiness. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life, and this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion, a cage known as self-worth. People lured in by this illusion make mistakes. yet still ask that external influences bear the burden. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison, a place dictated only by the rule of survival of the fittest. Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract, so allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some worlds. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing a certain tranquility to return to their souls. And it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. It's just a pity that 2 or 3 days are still too fleeting compared to the span of a lifetime. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only, Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely understand this.
It sounds... But... what is the price to attain all this?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary wakening until the end of the cosmos.
Wakening? Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only...
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as to why we sleep, it is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature.
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak? Because I don't think...
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you, just as Mr. McHale instructed before.
What is this?
Does this place ring any bells, Misha?
I don't know.
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless, but weirdly, when we entered it, it was completely empty. Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't. So I thought you might be able to help us in unravel. I'm counting on you.
Himeko?
I wasn't sure. Exactly. The question now, we're drawing closer to...
All right.
I guess... maybe... I'm not entirely sure, but... let's give it a try.
Wait, you...
Weird. If I remember and hold on.
This could be a case of amnesia, since this place...
Yeah.
Mikhail, so...
I'm sorry.
Anything
Mikhail?
Grandpa? Do you...
But we haven't heard anything about the watchmaker having descendants. Could you tell us more?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea and had lots of friends who accompanied him on his travels. He didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to him by his parents, Mihaly and Elise, both renowned seafarers. Every time he came back, he'd share his logbook with me.
It appears that the seafarer has nothing to do with the watchman. So, where is your...
He went off on a new journey. So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? I heard some noises from the room.
You and
Yeah, they follow Miss
Sailor.
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The compass is a ship bound for...
That's a great story.
Huh? Weird.
Perhaps.
I think I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is!
The water resembles of every time I...
Have you recalled anything?
Yeah. I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, he often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side.
You know... Hey, don't tease! I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul.
Yeah. While Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the fountain and place the compass. Toy back then. I would ask him when I could go on adventures like...
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has...
Yeah. Based on Misha's recollections...
But this raises more questions. Could this be...
I'm sorry. Perhaps I'll... I wish to share your burden. Is it something...
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No, we should turn left here.
Huh? Something feels different about this place.
This is it. I remember this corridor. Up ahead is... Grandpa's study. It was in that room that I saw him the last time.
Let's continue sailing! So many times.
The atmosphere in this...
Misha! You finally come!
Clocky! You're here!
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Whenever he came back, he described our world as a fountain. To ensure that everyone had land to settle on, he had to continue exploring the sea in search for the source of the rising seawater. On that day, he called me to his study, telling me that he was embarking on another journey. However, I could sense the gravity in his expression. I asked him if I could go with him, but he said that my adventure lay elsewhere, and told me to stay home.
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky. An ocean of stars. He said that he knew the crew on the train, and that he had asked them to take me along. He said the journey I had always...
A train?
It's the Astral Express! I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group. Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure. Appearing in every one, he said. As long as I kept moving forward, the distant sound of a train whistle.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is the dream jigsaw.
Do you remember?
Hey.
Looks like we're just one...
This is it. While I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage, Walter gave me this workshop. Here, I learned how to repair clockwork and gears. Out of my fondness of precision mechanics,
So, this building in the dream bubble?
Yes, but this dream bubble itself is my home.
Looks...
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone else...
Marge, do you remember when she mentioned a clocky that only she could see?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef.
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike spirit.
The answer lies in the Astral Express. Her experience shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this clocky. And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky. A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few? It's just like a hidden message, left by someone for the nameless.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Wait.
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. Just like a memory zone meme. I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clock.
So it's not that the Watchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the stuff inside ran away? And the whistle you heard was the sound of the express arriving at Penacony?
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer story behind all this. It's best for me. How about we start with your name?
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self. I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system. Adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure. Mikhail Char Legwork. Or simply, Misha. If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name. The Watchmaker.
So, you're the Watchmaker himself?
Unfortunately, that legendary figure. As for the child who has been with you, he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. Friend of Clocky, a young apprentice, and a future mechanic on the Express. And this also marks the beginning of his journey, devoted to the Trailblaze.
At the end of the journey, I left this little flame, which I so cherished, in my deepest dreams, hoping to pass it on to the nameless of future generations. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the confusion this caused.
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze. What I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in her dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning, didn't we?
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's what every nameless has to go through. But in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my hound has mentioned the Stellaron and my wealth. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a baseless rumor. I left my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey. I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. But ultimately, my journey reached its end, and I left behind no possessions worth entrusting. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose it's the things that are still burning in the engine's furnace. Now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you. For all I have for you is a story and two gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward, and my hat too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head, and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. Now, it's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door and enter the long dream of an old man. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
All right, everyone. Let's make it, although I don't think anyone will have any objections.
Of course.
In that case, it's unanimous. Then let's proceed together to the end of this.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you. Now go, board that train and start your journey.
Where are you going, Mikhail?
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out. How did you manage to fix it?
Well, it's hard to... It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now. As for the conductor...
But I only know how to fix one...
Don't worry. You've got what it takes. I'll teach you what you need to know.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with I see. The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory and still have a long way to go. Don't worry. Not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express, our path of trailblaze will continue. Yeah. This is Mr. Amundsen's hat.
When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, I suppose farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina.
Where are you going, watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former Nameless in Penacony. So why can't it be me?
Because you're all we have. Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now.
But what will happen to Penacony? Tiernan. We Nameless if I don't come back in one piece.
Where are you going, old man?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you up to?
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea. Wanna hear it?
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last remaining hero in Penacony. If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron will go to the grave with you.
Yes, I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony, so I'll have to consider alternatives beyond Astana. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade and send invitations to the entire cosmos to gather people here.
So, a desperate struggle against...
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but what hasn't been challenging for us along the way? Make sure to send an invitation to the Astral Express.
Misha! Where are you going?
Oh, it's you. Last night, I had a long dream about the day we met.
Write it down.
Oh, so I won't forget it. Do you remember how you got your name, Clock?
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks. Those wall clocks and pocket watches grew up with you and were your best friends.
Yes, but what I didn't mention was I was a kid, and there was always a special pocket watch. I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too.
Yeah.
But you know what? It wasn't until the day my grandpa gave it to me that I realized it wasn't a pocket watch at all. It was a compass. So your name should have been Compassy, and the watchmaker is just a nameless.
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else. I've traveled far enough, and it's time for a little break.
Oh. So, we'll set out again. When you're rested?
No, I'll stay here. And then, this is where it ends.
This is where it ends? You told me that the trailblazing expedition would never end.
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? What's that, Misha? You're acting weird today. If you...
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork actually is? Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape, but don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, they gather the courage to make bold decisions, whether it's calming, joyful, angry, or sad. All they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they... I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the Trailblaze. Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on, it is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore and venturing even further. The Penacony in Mikhail's dreams does not belong to order.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze? Or perhaps the bond between you is so strong that it even impresses an Eon.
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Penacony, and the 107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, you won't be in the audience, but on center stage. Since the future of the Stellaron, Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake, if you truly believe in Akavili's path, then show me their courage and determination.
Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned. We need a strategy. Please stay tuned.